Hey, it's James here from goodguitarist.com, and today I want to share with you the most basic framework for picking notes on the guitar. The idea for this lesson actually came from one of my students, Gordon. He's part of the Good Guitarist community group on my website, and it reminded me of some of the exercises that my friend showed me when I was first getting started, and that I've put into my beginner's course and a bunch of my other courses, right? They were a bit more complicated when somebody showed them to me, so I realized that I could strip them down, make them simpler, and that'll be really helpful, especially to those of you who are having a hard time picking the right string and also locking into the timing as you're picking. So we're going to kind of fix both those issues today with a simple exercise. And really quick, if you haven't grabbed my free ebook, it's available to all my subscribers. I'm going to put a link to that in the corner. If you've already subscribed, I want to thank you sincerely, but if you have not, now's your chance to quickly take care of that and help support the channel, especially if you enjoy learning guitar with us. Anyways, moving on to our lesson. The first thing that we're going to do is kind of like a calibration exercise. We're going to pick each string 4 times, starting on the thickest string. And I'm going to set my metronome to 60 beats per minute. Downstrokes only, just going 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next string, 2, 3, 4. And the next one. And this is really simple and really effective. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get to the top, we could start going back down. And once we accomplish that, we're going to do down ups. So a downstroke followed by an upstroke, which makes a lot of sense because once you do a downstroke, your pick is on the other side of the string. So you've already been doing an upstroke to reset your pick. Might as well make it go through the string. And you just work on that a little bit, just getting used to the motion, keeping it small. We don't want to be like making these giant motions where you have to aim for the string. We just keep it small. Then we turn on our metronome. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 down, up per click. Once again, you can do this without the metronome if this is too fast for you. But we do that 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next string, 2 and 3 and 4. And 4 down ups per string. Down, up, 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 down, up. And you could also do that descending, coming back down. 4 down ups per string. And, at that point, we've done downstrokes as well as down ups on each string. And I'd like to point something out. When we do a downstroke on every beat or every click of the metronome, we're playing what would be called quarter notes. And when we do a down up on every beat, we're playing eighth notes. But you don't really need to know that. I just like to, inform my students of what's actually going on in terms of the rhythm, especially if you see those words somewhere, you'll know what they mean and you won't be overwhelmed by them, right? Like a quarter note is just the beat, and then eighth notes is going down up on every beat. I actually have a 3-part series that I'm going to link in the corner in the description where I explain how all that stuff works if you are interested in the theory behind it. Anyways, at this point, we can mix and match quarter notes with eighth notes. So downstrokes with down ups. So on each string, we could just make up a pattern, right? We could go down on beat 1, and then down on beat 2, and then a down up on 3, and a down up on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or down, 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 up, down, up. And when it comes to getting the rhythm, I recommend staying on a single string. Don't worry about moving up to the next strings. And you say it down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. You can even count 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. And once you're feeling pretty good, you get your metronome going. And you stay on that one string. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you do that a whole bunch. And here's something that I think is really important to acknowledge. We're playing the open string. So the entire string is vibrating, and it vibrates in quite a big fashion, I guess. If we press the 12th fret and we do the same thing, it actually tightens the string up and it makes the picking feel a little bit easier. The string feels a bit tighter. It's more predictable where it's at. You know, whereas when it's open, the entire string wobbles. It's barely noticeable, but once you get faster and once you get more precise, that little tiny bit of motion does make a difference. And I think it is important to get used to that. So just hold some fret on the string to make it feel a bit tighter. Because, you know, when you're playing notes, you are going to be holding down the string. And it is going to, you know, when I press down the string kind of moves closer to the guitar. It moves in a bit of a different way. So you want to get used to that. And I would even go between the open string and the 12th fret, just going like down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Just back and forth between the two. That's another thing you can do instead of changing strings. Ultimately, what we end up with is a bit of a formula. We can go up and down all the strings with whatever pattern we pick. When it comes to picking the pattern, just write out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you put a down or a down up on any one of those numbers. Put a down on 1, a down up on 2, so on and so forth. You can go through all the strings, or you can just go on a single string, but go between the open string plus some random fret, so that way it feels a little bit different. And I know these are all just really subtle things, but that's music. You know, it's just a combination of really subtle things. And when you combine enough little simple things, it turns into something more complex and beautiful, right? So this is how I'd like to work on my picking technique, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. And there's a few places that you can go from there. You know, one is to make your metronome work for you. You increase the tempo a little bit, you know, like we were going at 60, pop it up to 61. It's not even going to feel any faster. And then tomorrow, 62, and so on and so forth. And, you know, in a few days, weeks, months, you're going to be playing it at a much faster speed. But I don't want you to simply go for speed. You need to focus on being accurate, making sure the rhythm feels good. So do not jump ahead of yourself. That's the biggest disservice you can do, is to be like, I just want to play fast, I'm going to crank it up. You know, don't speed it up too much too soon. And if you are super comfortable with it, that is a place to go. You know, you can just crank up the speed, play it at like, I don't know, 120. And you take a simple thing, and it starts becoming a more intermediate or advanced exercise, right? I'm actually gonna write out a lot of this onto like a tab, and I'm gonna put it on my Patreon page. So that way you can just print it out and you can just follow along. You're gonna have access to all these exercises. It's all gonna be in one place. Don't forget to grab your copy of my free ebook. And on top of that, if you want a guided path for lead guitar and to improve your lead guitar skills, you know, learning the minor pentatonic scale, the various aspects of improvising, being able to express yourself on guitar, and, you know, ultimately being able to like just go play with other people or even like record yourself and jam over it, I have a course, The Complete Lead Guitarist. I'll put a link for that down below. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.